Brother King Jabez. Back today with another very important message. And in today's message, I want to get right to this. I got about 20 minutes. I have to go to my next order of business. I want to speak to you right now, right in live time on this first day of May. This word will release your wealth. And I want to give you this word of wisdom as we begin this month to give you encouragement, to give you motivation, to get your mind right for the battles you're going to face. And as you think about this, so many of you right now have a lot of plans for your future. In fact, I got a message today from one of my followers over on Instagram. He just recently moved to Miami. He's making a decision to go forward and to prosper. And the reason today that I want to get this message live, I want to make this crystal clear. So many of you, I think, misunderstand my teaching. You believe my mention of curses, poverty, demons is an excuse for living a life that won't be a life of abundance. And it's everything but that. Spirits have to be revealed. Demons have to be revealed for who they are. They have to be brought out of hiding so that you can prosper. You cannot prosper when you have unclean spirits attached to your life. So my purpose of mentioning curses, my purposes of mentioning, for example, Leviathan. I've talked about Leviathan. We talked about Jezebel on my channel. We talked about a number of curses over the last 4 or 5 years. And the purpose of that is clearly not to stay in a lack, but to free you. I thought that was common sense, but apparently it's not. My mentioning of all those teachings is to give you clarity so you can go forward, to break all of those curses, because so many people out here wonder what's going on. If you look at the evidence in so many of our communities, there's clearly a lot of demonic work at work. And so that has to be revealed. And the only person, I believe, that would be irritated by what I'm saying is a demon hiding. I believe that my words carry power and it brings those spirits out of hiding. One of the lessons you have to understand about devils, the cry of a demon is to leave me alone. So when someone like me and others speak up and speak the truth and give the chosen ones a word of wisdom, what that does is it exposes those devils for what they are. Devils like to be in hiding. Devils like to be left alone. And so speaking up gives power. It reveals it for what it is, and it helps the chosen to go forward and to break those curses. Now, what I want you to do is to experience the spiritual shift that is coming, right? I want to speak this word over you. If you are chosen, this is your time. This is a time of a spiritual release. So I want you to be focused all of May, all of June, all of July, August, the next 4 months. Set some goals. Make a decision to separate yourself from whatever is a distraction. So this is a time to remove distractions. If you want to have the release of wealth, that blessing, that breakthrough, remove yourself from whatever is distracting you. Anything that's in your way, whether it be a person, whether it be a habit, whether it be your own mind. See, a lot of times the battle is in our minds. We get trapped in our thinking, and that keeps us from going forward. Welcome all of you who are coming here. We got 83 people here. Please hit the like button. We got 83 folks here. Hit the like button for me as we go forward so this message can be shared. So for those who are coming in right now, this message will free you. And I'm making this message today to make it clear. My purpose over the last 4 years and some change now of clearly mentioning several types of curses. As a matter of fact, we can take it to the book for all you Bible people, right? Deuteronomy 28, as you quoted. There are more references to curses in that chapter than blessings. There are more references to curses in Deuteronomy 28 than blessings. And the reason I believe for that is common sense. If you address these curses, the blessings will be released. Right? That has to be addressed. If you can break the curse and address that first, logic, common sense, then you can experience the abundance. You can experience the breakthrough. Why do you think it's called a breakthrough? You got to break through something, right? You have to escape Egypt. Egypt is not referring to the country itself. For those who hear this, from a biblical perspective, it is a reference to a place of lack, a place of slavery, a place of bondage. So if we can escape that spiritual place, that's what we're talking about, that spiritual bondage, then we can experience the abundance. We can experience the breakthrough. So I want to speak to the chosen ones who hear this message. I want to encourage you to pursue your goals. I want to encourage you to go forward with the desires you have. Some of you who listen to this message are doing music. Some of you want to write a book. Some of you want to start their business. Some of you, like my friend I told you earlier, are looking to move to a new city. And I want to challenge you to do that, to make those war moves. Somebody put in the comment section, war moves. That's a war move. When you make a decision to go forward, to prosper, to experience victory, abundance. By the way, the word prosper in the Hebrew, the word prosper in the Hebrew means to advance and to go forward with the help of the Most High God. So when we say to prosper, what am I saying? I am saying I'm going to go forward in life with the help of the Most High. How many of you here in this live right now want to prosper in life? Come on. That's common sense. Who wants to prosper? If you want to prosper this May, that's why I'm doing this message right now, May 1st, 2024. If you want to prosper and advance and go forward, how do we do that? War moves. Somebody say war moves. What is a war move? It is a decision you make to go forward. When you decide to go forward, that is spiritual warfare. There is a real war between good and evil. And it's manifested in the world right now so clearly. That's why, chosen ones, there are so many distractions for you. Okay? Watch yourself, chosen one, chosen man, chosen woman. If you find yourself being distracted right now, when that happens, remove those distractions. Remove those distractions, chosen ones, through your prayer. Remove those distractions through physical exercise, going to the gym, getting out, getting fresh air. Remove the distractions through meditation. Meditation is a very powerful tool that can be used to clear your mind. It's a very powerful tool that can be helpful as you go forward. And so this is a time to get focused, is what I'm trying to say. You need focus and energy in any war. If you want to prosper, you got to focus, you got to lock in. And so I want you to lock in your time of study. Get committed. Dedicate some time each day to study. Dedicate some time each day. This is first of the month message. Dedicate some time each day to meditation. Dedicate time each day to your physical well-being, right? Whether that be lifting weights or running, treadmill. Make decisions day by day to get 1% better. This is what it means to go forward with a war move. So I believe that this message will and can release your wealth. Why do I say release? Because there's something holding it back. There are powers that have red tape around that. And it's going to take you engaging in spiritual war to take back what belongs to you. So you're part of spiritual warfare. There's a lot of talk online today about spiritual warfare. Right? And it's necessary, by the way. It's a necessary conversation. And in order to go forward with that, and to be successful, it requires understanding who your enemy is. Is that correct? Right? How can you win any war if you don't know your enemy? I'm reading through right now my own personal reading time, The Art of War. It's a classic book written on warfare. And a part of that is understanding your enemy, understanding the resources you have, right? You can't go to war without the resources. And so the resources we have in the spiritual world, let me ask you a question. I want you all to think. What are some resources you have in spiritual warfare? I want to see if I have a thinking crowd today. What are some of your resources in the spiritual war? Chosen one. You're chosen man. You're chosen woman. What are some of your resources? Somebody said prayer. That is a spiritual resource. Any other resources besides prayer? Fasting. Fasting is a spiritual resource. Fasting is used to essentially release spiritual power. So we got that. Faith, right? You have to have a belief in the unseen. Discernment, understanding, wisdom. Discernment is a spiritual war. King Solomon was able to go forward because he had discernment as a king. The truth, okay, the word of God. Got you. Those are some spiritual warfare tools. So we've mentioned prayer. We've mentioned study. We've mentioned fasting, reading. Now, in terms of the practical. Let's be holistic here. We talked about the spiritual for a second. Let's switch gears now. What do you have to do in the natural? We mentioned what to do in the physical, in the spiritual. We mentioned the spiritual, and those are coming in right now, and that's good. What do we need to do in the natural? Because it has to be the battle has to be won on both sides. We can't be one-sided. Because unfortunately, prayer, fast, and reading won't solve everything. We know that, right? So if we're doing that part in the spiritual, what do we do in the natural? Okay, let's get some answers. What do I need to do physically, right? I'm gonna give you some. Waking up early. That's one. Discipline. Somebody says block out distractions. Observation. There we go. Let's talk about what we got to do practically speaking. I had to work. Where I had to get up and grind for 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. What do we do physically? So I would say early rising is a discipline. Physical exercise, keeping yourself physically healthy. Health is wealth. Somebody says working out, getting some sunlight, fresh air. Okay? These are all some of the practical tools we can use to keep ourselves strong physically and spiritually. And to me, to be honest, and I got to wrap this up, I got to leave here in 5 minutes. I just want to give y'all a quick word real quick. I want to talk to you. Iron in the soul. Let me make this strong statement before I close this. I got about 5 minutes left. Iron in the soul is about being strong physically and spiritually. I am not one-sided. I believe we have to do just as much work in the spirit realm as we do in the natural. So we think about iron in the soul, the concept, when pain and suffering is turned into strength. We do our part in the physical. I mean, the spiritual, starting first with spiritual. Everything starts spirit realm. Prayer, fasting, meditation, time and reflection, reading, journaling, etc., right? We do all of that work. Then we get into the natural, going to the gym, healthy diet, rising early, working hard, right? The Most High don't give you anything from nothing. We have to put in the work, getting on our grind each day. And if we do our part there, we have what I believe is a powerful 1-2 punch. And that's this. With you and I, in order to receive our break, right? Some of you are looking for a break, right? Many of you are looking for that right now. Their breakthrough, their moment, you got to do both. You got to do both. Listen to your big brother. You have to work. Listen to this as I close. You have to work as if everything depends upon you. And you have to pray as if everything depends upon the Most High. That is the key to your break. Now you say, big bro, I thought it'd be deeper than that. That's it. That's the only way it's going to come. It's going to come through blood, sweat, and tears. Hours of hard work. Come on now. It's not going to be all God. God won't do everything for you. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be hours of hard work. You putting in the grind day by day, toiling 8 hours, 10 hours. When you're tired, getting to it, doing whatever is possible to go forward. Sometimes working 2 jobs. That's how I bought my house. I've been in my house now, by the way, guys, 5 years yesterday. My house is right here to the right. I have been right here in my home 5 years today. I mean, yesterday made 5 years on the head. April 30th made 5 years. You know how I got the house? I prayed, I fasted, I meditated, I trusted God. What did I also do? I had to work. I had a job downtown Chicago from 2 to 10 p.m. I was doing Uber before work from like 9 to 12. I was working from like 9 to like 10 p.m. 5 days a week, 6 days a week for like 5 years straight, just grinding. So I understand the principle of putting in the work. Okay, I'm not here teaching a fantasy. I don't believe in fantasy talk. Yes, I believe in God. Yes, I believe in the Bible. You all know that. Yes, I believe in all of that. But at the end of the day, the responsibility is on me. It's on you to do what is necessary to prosper. Is this making sense? So this is why I say, chosen ones, this message will release your wealth. We got to do it all. We have to put in the work. And some of us are looking for a blessing. And I'm not attacking now. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help. Some of us are looking for a blessing that is buried under hard work. You guys with me? Some of us, what we're looking for, it is buried under a grind. And grind doesn't just mean physical work. It could be, some of you may do office work for 10 hours. It's still part of the grind. Some of you may be in the studio for several hours doing music. You may be on the road driving. Whatever it is that you're doing, you have to put in the work. So the break you're looking for, many of you are waiting for that shift, right? We talked about a spiritual shift. We talked about a break. That break is buried underneath the grind. And the purpose of the prayer, the meditation, the reflection, talks like this, is to give you the spiritual fuel, the mental fuel you need to do all the work. That makes sense? So if you do all of that, that gives you the wisdom you need to make the right decisions. That's why many of you are having those deep dreams. Let's bring it back on brand here. That's why you're having all those dreams. This is why you're having those conversations. Your relationships are being shifted. People are falling back from you. Some people are leaving your life, and guess what? Some people are coming in. Some of you are making decisions to move to different states, different countries. All of that is a part of you making the decision to make a war move. That's the word today. The spiritual shift is here. The shift is here. And it's time for you and I to put ourselves in position to get what it is that belongs to us. That's my message for you on this first day of May. And once again, as I close, got about 2 minutes left. As I close, I want to make it crystal clear one more time for people in the back. The reason that I mention so clearly curses, such as the curse of poverty, the curse of the vagabond. We talked about the Jezebel spirit. We talked about a lot of stuff on my channel, right? That has given you insight. The purpose of all of that is to expose that darkness. When you shine light on it, it basically exposes that activity. Unclean spirits are referred to as one term, by the way, is the princess of the darkness. So the darker it is, the more reign they have. Do you draw? So they thrive in darkness. When someone like me speaks up, that exposes it, that draws attention to it. And when the light comes in, that now brings in your angelic protection. That brings in the help, that brings in the assistance, that gives you what you need to go forward. So speaking on this is not a glorification of them. Let me make that clear for those who are misunderstanding my teaching for whatever reason. Speaking on curses and demons, that's not the same as glorifying them. Okay? You speak on them to expose. So if you look at my teaching over the last almost 5 years now, be 5 years in December, my teachings have exposed that, but what it has also done is given solutions, giving you hope, giving perspective, right? There's always a way out. That's the purpose of those teachings. Somebody says expose the enemy so you know how to deal with them. Exactly. You have to expose the enemy so that you know how to deal with them. So guys, that's what I have for today. I plan to go live tomorrow. I'll see how I do on time. I have a message I've been wanting to get for a long time now. And this one may take me probably about 2 hours. So if I don't get to it tomorrow, I'll plan to drop that message on Saturday. I won't say the title yet because I want to surprise you with this one. But this is a message I have wanted to discuss for a long time now. And I believe that now is the time for me to drop the message to give you that download. And that will probably be either tomorrow or Saturday. And it's a message that's going to really give some clarity as to who I am, what I believe, and what I stand for. And so that's what I have for you today. Guys, ladies, thank you for tuning in. I hope you all have a blessed rest of your day. I wanted to just stop on. I wanted to not let this day go by. It's been a busy day for me so far already. But I wanted to take at least 20 minutes to talk to my audience and to give you a strong word. I want you to hear my voice on this first day of May 2024. So I want to speak this blessing over you. I'm going to say this as I close. You will have a blessed May. Let me speak to you. You will have abundance. You will have open doors. You will prosper. Good things will come to you. You will experience favor. You will experience abundance. You're going to overcome the traps of your enemies. You will walk through open doors, and the tables will turn for those who have been solid, for those who have been genuine, and for those who are truly chosen. That's all I have for you right now at this moment, guys. God bless. Take care. Peace.